Okay, okay. Okay, guys, let's roll. We got to talk about America again. We got to talk about Donald Trump, things he's saying, the things he's doing. I like Americans. I almost became an American. My father wanted to emigrate there when I was a child. The arrival of a younger brother stopped that happening. Just as well, really, otherwise I would have been out there just in time to fight in the Vietnam War. And we'll be talking about that in a second as well. But I like Americans. I've drunk dozens of them under the tables in so many different bars in so many different ports around the world. I do like Americans. I like the idea of the American dream. Then again, when I say I like Americans, I mean Americans who have British and European ancestry. You know, the ones who built America, who settled America. They're the real Americans to me. Trouble is, though, with America, isn't it? About 100 years or more ago, they allowed the control of their country to fall into the hands of the forerunners of the global elite who see the world as their playpen. People who have no great loyalty to America, the country that gives them a home, or when they visit in it. Americans to them are just cattle to be exploited. In fact, Tucker Carlson said this the other day in a video, and I agree with him. Same in all the countries that the global elite control. They don't give a toss about whether a person is English, French, or German, any nationality. To them, a person is just a GDP resource and who should either be tattooed with a number or have a more modern digital ID. Americans, including presidents who don't toe the line, are soon replaced or in some cases removed from the world they live in. With regards to Venezuela, President Trump has said that he intends for America to stay in Venezuela and Syria and continue to take their oil. He can say it's all about democracy, but you and I know that's all bollocks. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and you can fool all of the people some of the time. But you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. And eventually, the truth will come out. The mainstream media, the globalist control media, says that the Venezuelan people are ecstatic that America launched an attack on them and kidnapped their president. That is complete and utter nonsense. I don't like Keir Starmer one little bit. And I don't really care what happens to him. But I wouldn't want any nation, not even America or Russia, coming into my country and kidnapping my president. He might be a shit president, he might be a shit prime minister, but he is our elected prime minister, even if he did only have 20% of the vote. Yeah? No. America was wrong. Anyhow, let's go have a look at a little bit of a video, shall we, guys? Bear with me. Have a listen to this. We'll listen to about 4 or 5 minutes and then you can watch it in full. I'll leave a link for you. This is them talking down in Venezuela. Interesting.
They have not taken Venezuela. Venezuela has not fallen. Trump, whatever his comments about him managing Venezuela and managing Venezuela's oil, he is not managing Venezuela or its oil. I'm sure he has plans about how he will attempt to do so, but he does not right now. And the fight to prevent that is going on right now.
I wanted to start with you, Chris, because you are actually in Caracas as we speak. What are you seeing on the ground, and how does what is happening on the ground differ from the way that Western media is covering it?
Well, it differs in an extreme form. I'd like to back up and begin at the beginning. We were bombed here in Caracas about 2 a.m. on Saturday morning, and the bombing lasted for about 45 minutes. Very early in the morning, we got communiques from the government explaining what was going on. And then the defense minister, Vladimir Padrino Lopez, spoke to people and indicating the military was loyal, that the country had been attacked by the United States. We learned the sad truth that Nicolas Maduro had been kidnapped. Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, have been kidnapped and taken to the United States. But during the course of the day, you can say that we did everything right here. People remained calm. All the protests in the streets were in favor of the government. All the demonstrations were in favor of the government. I didn't hear a single slogan from the window against the government. And people did the normal thing here, which is kind of understood that you go to Miraflores Palace. That's the kind of playbook we had from the coup d'etat in 2002, the anti-coup d'etat in 2002. Everyone comes down to Miraflores to defend the president, to defend the country. And that's exactly what happened. So we saw a spontaneous manifestation the first day. Open mic, actually. There was an open mic in front of Miraflores with people giving, everybody from grandmothers to young people to motorcycle riders, to some parliamentarians giving discourses, spontaneous discourses, very impressive. And then at 3 p.m., we had Delcy Rodriguez speak. Delcy Rodriguez, again, did everything right. She, according to the Constitution, according to the plan, Constitution and plan, she is the acting president. She insisted that Nicolas Maduro be returned. She gave the lie to the claim that Trump had uttered a few minutes earlier that she was collaborating with them. She said, we're not collaborating with you at all. She said, this is a colony of no country. And she guaranteed, not only through her words, but through the image, because she had the defense minister on her side, she had the foreign affairs minister at her side, and she had the interior minister, Diosdado Cabello, at her side. She guaranteed that the chain of command was intact. And then later in the day, she was sworn in as acting president. Nicolas Maduro remains the unique president of Venezuela. So we did everything right. I think we have the lessons of the many attempts that have occurred against this revolution in the past, and a certain kind of anti-imperialism is in people's bones here, and they knew what to do. And so we've had both, serenity, but also determination here. And I think there's one other thing that I'd like to highlight. Delcy Rodriguez acted like a real revolutionary when she said how we're going to defend the country. She said it would be defended according to Nicolas Maduro's plans. She said it would be defended. The plan was the union of civilians, military, and police. That's an old idea that Chavez developed, the military-civilian alliance. And Nicolas Maduro elaborated, including the police. And we've actually seen that on the streets. I sent you images of people. Yeah. That was the Sunday march. The Sunday march had the armed people come before Miraflores. This, of course, is the formula for resisting and even defeating a superior military enemy. You bring the whole people together. You rely on the people. Arms were given out in the barrios on Saturday morning.
There's a woman, not to sound reductive or old school, but this is not something you see every day. So you two women holding arms, weapons,
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we see today. That's what we see throughout the day, especially in the night. The streets are occupied by armed civilians. And I have to say that's a total proof that this is a democratic country. If you have the people in arms and therefore the people are empowered, then the only way you exist is because you're a democratically approved government. That's why all of this BS that you hear from the United States government, they actually don't even try to construct coherent lies. One day they say Nicolas Maduro is supposed to be a drug trafficker, which is completely absurd. The other day they retreat that. They say that he's killed people, millions of people. There's absolutely no, I've seen how the government manages protests here. It manages it with a great deal of tranquility, with restraint, even though the protests are often of a fascist character, which is what we saw in the last decade. So Or then they change discourse and talk about corruption, which is also absolutely false, because Nicolas Maduro has fought against corruption very aggressively. He recently took out an extremely corrupt minister, put them in prison, and the whole team around that minister. So, and as a result of that, that's the other thing, is that Maduro has been a successful president in almost in every sense, essentially. Not only did he figure out how to overcome the blockade, a task that was extraordinary, there was this cruel, even genocidal blockade against the Venezuelan people.
Okay, well, you heard that. You heard that, didn't you? Definite case for the Second Amendment there. I think many Americans like the idea. So Maduro, he's so despised by his own people that he gave them all weapons to defend the country with. That doesn't sound like the act of a tyrant to me. That sounds like the act of a man who loves his country and wants to defend it. Anyhow, do you know what Americans remind me of sometimes? Not all Americans, but some of them. Have a look at this poem. Can you read it? It's the song of the Bandalog. The Bandalog, who were the Bandalog, some of you will ask. They're the monkey people in Rudyard Kipling's excellent book, really excellent book, The Jungle Book. And this is the second verse from their song. And this reminds me of Donald Trump. We sit in a branchy row, thinking of beautiful things we know, dreaming of deeds that we mean to do, all complete in a minute or two. Something noble and grand and good, won by merely wishing we could. Now we're going to, never mind, brother, thy tail hangs down behind. Dreaming of deeds that we mean to do. Stopping the Ukrainian war in a day? Yeah. Could have stopped 9/11? Yeah. Bring peace to the Middle East? Yeah. Never mind, they're all noble deeds, aren't they? Thinking about the past, how has it gone for American interactions in the past? How did it work out in Vietnam when all those Americans, Vietnamese, Cambodians, Laotians all died at the wishes of the global elite and the arms dealers? The truth came out in the end about the Tonkin incident, didn't it? Iraq, another war for the benefit of a little country in the Middle East that perhaps shouldn't even exist, yeah? That's not working out too good for the Iraqi people, is it? America caused chaos there, and now it's a disaster zone. Libya, the cork in the bottle that was stopping mass immigration from the Saharans into Europe. Yeah, where slavery has returned. Slavery that the Royal Navy stopped worldwide years and years ago. Yeah, that's not working out so good, is it? Afghanistan, where America interacted. That didn't work out well for America either, did it? I don't like to see America getting their butts kicked. I like the American people, but sometimes their government, under the control of a political lobby from a particular people, America only acts as their puppet to be able to build a big nation, a greater Israel in the Middle East. Yeah? Let's pause for a second. Let's have a look at what Marco Rubio is saying. Venezuela's economy must be stabilized and a process of political reconciliation completed before a successor to depose narco-terrorist dictator Maduro can be chosen through free and fair elections. Here, we are going to take between 30 and 50 million barrels of oil. By take, he means steal. Yeah, that's what he means. No, America's in the wrong in this one, guys, and you know he is. And it's not going to end well. We've got one more place to go, guys, that I think you should see. I'm just going to show you it, but not play it. And then I'll put a link in the description so you can follow it. Pause, Paul. And we're back. We're over on Emil Cosman's channel. What is Emil talking about? I'll read you the title. Do not connect the dots. The loyal Americans who negotiate US global interests.
Very much for being with me.
I want you to have a look at the names that he's speaking about. The US delegation includes Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, General Alex Greenwich, Ambassador Charles Kushner, and White House Advisor Josh Greenbaum. Yeah? Those of you who know how the world is run will have recognized the ethnic origins of all of those people. Yeah? Yeah, the same people who really run America. America will never be free until it frees itself from the shackles of Israel. Anyhow, that's all I got for you guys. You've been listening to Paul Morris, the Green Arrow, just telling you the truth. That's all I ever do.